welcome to everybody. To those who don't know me, a little bit of background on myself is I've been working here at Sitelink and R6 Digital for about 9 years. So been in the storage industry a few years before that as well. So I used to run a storage facility here in Australia, here in Brisbane. So yeah, storage is kind of in our blood, as our whole family is in self-storage. So it's a very exciting industry. So those of you who don't know me, that's a little bit of my background. But what I thought I might do is jump straight into my presentation. So I'll just share my screen. So basically, there's two businesses that I kind of represent, and throughout Asia, throughout Australia, throughout the UK, and throughout sort of South Africa as well. One is Sitelink, which I'll grab or touch on in a second, and the second is R6 Digital as well. So we'll get into the Sitelink first because I've got a bunch of Sitelink and management software things to run through, and then we'll jump into a little bit of what R6 Digital does straight after that, and then we'll have some question time towards the end if anyone has any questions. So first of all, so what is Sitelink? So Sitelink, we are the world's largest self-storage management software. So we've got well over 16,000 facilities worldwide. And in a nutshell, it's a self-storage management software for day-to-day tasks. And it's run by some small operators that just have one location with 30, 40 or 50 units, all the way up to, as you can see on the screen here, quite large brand names as well. So people like Store Friendly and Minibox and Lock and Store all use Sitelink, and I can see a couple of staff in the waiting room. A couple of staff from all those businesses here in the Zoom, which is great. So yeah, Sitelink is an award-winning software as well. So for the Inside Self-Storage conference over in the US, we've won, they run a yearly conference and a yearly Best of Business Awards. Every year for basically the last 10 years, Sitelink has won the Best of Business Award for Best Management Software. So it's what that is that's voted by the users. So it's not a it's not a who pays the most amount of money gets the award. It's all via direct users and self-storage facilities. So it's a great honor to have those awards plastered against the Sitelink name. Now, there's two main areas within Sitelink that we try to do. The first is automation, and the second is integration. So when it comes to automation, Sitelink has the ability to have full online digital signature online signups and lease agreements. And what that allows people to do is when your client would like to sign the lease or sign the agreement, rather than needing to do it in person or print anything out, we have an ability for a feature called e-sign, which allows you to email an electronic link to the client where they can review the storage agreement and they can digitally sign that all online. Once that's signed, a copy is emailed to the site, a copy is emailed to the customer, as well as that digital agreement is also being held on file on their account. The second automation piece as well that Sitelink does very well is invoicing and payments and receipting. And I'll touch on the next slide a little bit about the actual integrations that are available within Asia for payments. So the automation piece here for invoicing, payments and receipts is once a client is onboarded, you can have it fully automated to actually email the invoice to the client with a pay online link so that the customer can actually click onto the website, type in a credit card number online. That payment will automatically be taken from their credit card. it will be processed on the account within Sitelink, push their paid through date, as well as then automatically emailing them a receipt as well. So there's some manual process if you would like to see the invoices and approve them before going out, but the ability to have that fully automated is definitely possible within Sitelink. The third automation piece is around CRM and SMS. So CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. So what that is things like when it's someone's birthday, you may want to send them a happy birthday notice with, I don't know, $10 off or whatever it may be. You can also set up triggers and workflows within Sitelink to say when someone moves in after 10 days, send them a satisfaction survey. So all that can be automatically set, automatically generated and emailed or SMS'd to the client. You can also set up some cool things we see here in Australia is 2 days before an invoice is due, you could actually SMS the client and say, hey, you have an invoice due in 2 days' time. And that helps with payments and debtors. Which brings us on to the fourth automation piece, which is debtor follow-up. So debtor follow-up is fully automated within Sitelink via email. What it does is it will automatically pop up on the day to say, here are 10 clients that are overdue by 5 days or 3 days or 10 days, whatever is set in the settings. It will then automatically email the customers to say, you're overdue, this is how much you owe, this is how to pay. And then that will also automatically update the gate system. If you have a gate system integrated, it will lock them out at the gate so that, so that basically they won't be able to access and take their goods out. The final automation piece as well here is around automatic rent increases and what we call revenue management, where once you set in the back end of Sitelink in the settings, you can set target percentages or target rental increases that you would like to give to clients after they move in. Say after 9 months of storage, you may want to increase their rent by 5%. And how it actually works is each tenant and each unit has its own rental increase system. So what that means is rather than say everyone just raising rent once a year, each unit dynamically will push a price increase to them, say 270 days after move in. So that way then not one unit is missed and that everyone's receiving an increase at the set amount, at the set time, rather than, arbitrarily doing it on the 1st of January each year. So that's a really, really cool feature that we know that clients love. So the next thing we want to jump into is integrations. So I touched on online payments and SMS and payment processors. So for SMS, we integrate with two different providers. One's called Twilio and one is called Clickatel. Basically, you can sign up on their website, type in some API details into Sitelink, and then it's a instant connection, and you can start communicating with clients two-way. So when you send a text message to a client saying, whether it's a lead saying, are you still interested in this unit? We can set it up so that if they reply to that text message, you will be emailed with a notification of what they've said, as well as a note will be added onto that lead or onto that account within Sitelink. We also have online payments. So we have another app called a Rapid Store, which you'll see very shortly, and then as well as online payments to your website. So we actually have the ability to allow your clients to log in and pay for their storage or pay for their account through your website. And there's varying degrees of how much we can do that for you, whether or not you're wanting us to do the whole website or just the payment integration or whatever it is, we can do as much or as little as needed. Which brings me to the payment processes. So the three main providers that people use throughout Asia is Stripe, eWay, and CyberSource. I know that Stripe, I believe, is the more expensive option, but it is also the easiest option as well. So after this Zoom meeting as well, I'm sure my contact details will be passed around. And if anyone has questions around what payment processor may work best for them, you guys can reach out directly to me and I'm happy to help. So languages as well. So Sitelink is available in over 12 languages. Obviously, that's including English and Japanese, as well as Chinese, Malay, and Korean. So that should pretty well cover all the countries throughout Asia, which is great. Our support and training. So all of our clients who use Sitelink have unlimited training and unlimited support. The accessibility for that is either via email tickets. So we have an email address that you can email request to, whether it's for, maybe you might have a question about the system, or you may want to organize a more in-depth training time with the team. That's all via email. You can do that also via Skype, via WhatsApp. And we also have a local Singapore and Hong Kong phone number as well, that to save any sort of international costs for phones. We also, for hours, training hours and support hours, we've recently just upgraded our hours. So we used to be 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. Australian time, but we've upped that to 10 p.m. Australian time. So you can see there, Hong Kong time, it's 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. And so, yeah, that's all there. We also have 24/7 emergency support as well. So for whatever reason, you may not be able to access the software, whether it's an internet problem or whatever it is, we have 24/7 emergency support for that. So one really interesting fact as well around the revenue management that I was talking about earlier is that on average, Sitelink users have an 11.3% higher income than the clients who don't use our revenue optimization tools that are built within Sitelink. And so, like I said at the beginning, I see quite a few of my customers here in the Zoom meeting. If you don't use the revenue management within Sitelink that's currently there, please reach out directly to me, and I'm happy to run you through a Zoom meeting, a one-on-one Zoom meeting, where I can run you through how the revenue management system works and how it can be applied directly to your business. We do have a new product that's launching, in the coming times. It's in its testing phase at the moment, but basically what it is it's a personalized self-storage app, which basically it's something that you would be able to, or basically something that we would build for your facility, and it would be for your customers to download. What it enables is it enables for a fully contactless sign-up process. So what that means is a customer can come through your website, they can book online, they can find a unit, and they can book and choose that unit online. They will then get an email confirmation explaining to them how to download, the Extra Space storage app or the Lock and Store storage app. And what will happen is they will download that from the App Store. And then once they've downloaded that app, it will prompt them to log in, and that email that they get from the email confirmation will give them their login details. What it will then do is it will give them a guide on how to use the app. So it'll give them a full tutorial. And you can see here that, you know, the app would be fully branded to your own brand. And then it would allow them to log in. Once they log in, it would allow them access to see all of the contact details for your storage facility. They'll be able to contact you directly if they have questions. They will see the reception opening hours and the location of your facility. And then their app features would be around being able to see invoice history, making payments. They'll be able to make changes to their account. They will be able to set up automatic payments, see their access code so they can access it. And then as well as being able to add additional users as well. So the additional users are helpful for family members, and they'll have their own unique gate code. And all of this syncs directly back into Sitelink as well.